Namaste and welcome to tonight's practice. This recording is being done at Manitou Beach in Saskatchewan, and it was just so beautiful. I couldn't resist trying to get out here quickly and get a recording in before the sun goes down. So take a moment to find a seat, bring your hand to your belly and another hand to your heart, and just breathe into the belly. Connecting with your breath and settling into your space. Taking 3 deep inhales and slow exhales. And begin to connect with your ujjayi breath on this last one. And we're going to move right into hands and knees for cat-cow and get the body moving. Using your inhale to open the front body. Using your exhale to connect with your belly, the navel center, and with hands and feet. And moving between the two. 3 times with breath. Connecting with that ujjayi breath, drawing the breath through the floor of the nose. And on this next one, curling your toes under and exhaling into downward facing dog. Take an inhale. And as we exhale, step, walk, or float to the top of the mat. Inhaling to lift your heart halfway. Exhaling to bow. And inhaling to circle wide, rise high, and reach up to the sky and draw into your heart center. Take just a moment in your mountain pose, reconnecting with your feet to the earth. We're going to go through a series of standing poses right off the bat. I'm on a really rocky surface here, so I'm not sure how this is going to go, but we're going to give it a try because it's just so beautiful here. So on our inhale, let's inhale, reach up to the sky, and as we exhale, sit down in chair pose. Take another inhale here, and as we exhale, fold forward, straighten the legs, press the thighs back. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step right foot to the back of the mat, coming into a lunge position. Draw your heart forward as you inhale and open the thighs in both directions as the same time drawing towards your center. Take one more inhale, and as we exhale, moving into reverse lunge. Inhale to center. And as we exhale, let's rotate to the long side of our mat for side lunges. So inhaling in center. Exhaling, bend into the right knee. Inhaling to center and exhaling to the left knee. Inhale to center and exhale right. This time as we inhale to center and exhale into the left, we're going to pivot the feet back to the top of our mat. As you inhale, reach the left arm long, straight out ahead of you. And as you exhale, twist to your left, reaching up to the sky. Wow, that sunset is just spectacular. Perfect. Take one more breath here. And exhale, release that hand down, step back, downward facing dog. Coming forward to plank pose. You can lower down however you wish. I have to go through chaturanga because it's really rocky here. So take an inhale, and as you exhale, lower. And as you inhale, rise up in cobra or up dog if you're ready for it. And let's all exhale back to downward facing dog. Let's float that right leg to the sky in 3-legged dog, nice and slow. And as you exhale, draw your knee to your nose. Step it up between your hands. So we're in our lunge position on our second side. Inhale, draw the heart forward. Exhale, reverse lunge, walk it back. You can have blocks under your hands here. Inhale, walk it forward. And then we're turning to the long side of our mat again. Bending into the left knee. Inhaling to center. Exhale right. Inhaling center. Exhale left. Inhale center and pivot to the top of your mat as you bend into the right knee. Inhale, reach right hand straight out in front of you. And exhale, twist to the right. Keep drawing the right hip in, drawing the right knee in so that it's right over your ankle. Take one more breath here. And exhale, hand comes down. Let's step it back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees, cat-cow. Exhale. Inhale. This exhale, we're moving into child's pose. Inhale, cow. Exhale, down dog. 3 breaths in your downward facing dog. And I forgot to say at the beginning of this class, because I was trying to hurry and catch the light, that we're going to make this class short and sweet, a nice 30-minute practice. Take one more breath. As you exhale, step, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen your heart. Exhale, we bow. Inhale, circle wide and rise high. Reach to the sky and draw into your heart center. Take a moment in your mountain pose. And inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step the right foot to the back of the mat once again. And this time we're rising up into crescent moon. You can have your arms wide, giving space for your shoulders as you slide shoulder blades down your back. Or you can bring hands together. And you can intertwine your fingers and point your index finger up to the sky. And then think about where you want to take the depth of your crescent moon. Bending that front knee maybe a little more. Inhaling to open the heart. Lift the gaze, lift the heart. One more breath. And as we exhale, bring the hands through heart center. Take your right hand. We're just going to slide it to the outside of that left knee. Bring your hands to heart center and twist to your left. Option to open your arms wide here. Each exhale, belly twists to the left. Another option is to keep your hands together, or even have your forearm on your knee of your right arm and left hand to your left hip as you twist to your left. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, release the hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Option to take a flow here. Option to take a child's pose. Or even stay in downward facing dog. If you're going to take a flow, come forward to plank on an inhale. You might choose to lower your knees and lower all the way down to your belly. I don't know if I can do this on these rocks. I guess I can. And then inhale, rise up into your back bend. It might be cobra. It might be upward facing dog. And we exhale back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale. Use your exhale to step, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Inhaling to lift the heart. Exhaling to bow. Inhaling, we circle wide and rise high and draw into the heart center. Let's do second side. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen the heart. Exhale, step the left foot back for crescent moon on our second side, so we're staying high on the back toes. And reaching it up. Again, shoulders or hands can be wide to give shoulder space, or you can bring the hands together. And maybe you can even bend the front knee a little bit more. So we lift the heart. Maybe lift the gaze. Maybe invite a back bend. Take one more breath here. Use the exhale to bring hands to heart center. Then we're going to slide that left hand down the outside of that right knee. Hands can come to heart center here, or hands can come wide. Each exhale, belly twist to the right. Taking one more breath. And exhale. Release both hands down. Let's step it back. Downward facing dog. Take a flow coming forward to plank. Use your exhale to lower. The inhale, invite your back bend, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's float left leg to the sky in three-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, draw the knee to the nose. Step it up between your hands. Pivot the back foot down for warrior two. Take a moment to soften the shoulder blades down as you extend through the fingertips. Check in with your breath. Check in with your front knee. Can't tell you how beautiful it is here tonight. On your next inhale, peaceful warrior. It really is beautiful and peaceful here. The water's like glass. Take one more breath in your peaceful warrior and we exhale into side angle. So your forearm might come to the knee. You might keep that right hand on your hip, or you might extend it overhead, creating that long line of energy from the outside edge of your foot all the way up to the fingertips. And then we're rotating those ribs up to the sky and looking up to the sky. Take one more breath here. We inhale, we rise up, straighten the front leg, and we're going to move into triangle pose. So we're pivoting that hip and finding our length on both sides, releasing that bottom arm down, right arm up to the sky. Now you can look to your front foot for more grounding and more balance, or you can look up to the sky. And you might even bring your hand to your ankle or to your shin, or to a block if you have one. One more breath here. And we inhale, come all the way up. Just turn both toes to the long side of the mat. Option to have hands on your hips, or option to intertwine your fingers behind your back. I've been driving all day, so I'm going to take that option to open the heart. So sending the fist down as we lift the heart up, maybe even gazing up. And then exhaling to fold forward. Shoulder blades slide up towards your waist, away from your ears. Check out your new perspective as you turn upside down. Take one more breath. And inhale, come all the way up. Release your hands, take a moment's pause here. And then extending the arms up into 5-point star. Taking a few breaths here, feeling the breath fill the heart center, and exhaling, sending the prana, the energy, through both arms, both legs. And then let's turn the left toes back to the top of the mat. Come into your warrior two, peaceful warrior once again. And then as we exhale, we're moving into half moon pose. So you might have your blocks here. Left hand comes to your block or to your mat. And we shift forward, the right leg floats up. You might have your right hand on your hip. You might float it up to the sky. You might keep your gaze towards the earth to help you ground and help with your balance. Or you might look up to the sky or straight off to the side. Find that quality of suspension and lightness in your half moon pose, and some ease in the effort. One more breath. And then bend your standing leg, softly bring that back foot down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale to lower. Inhale, choose your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's inhale, right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it up between your hands. Pivot the back foot down. And let's find warrior two. Again, soften the shoulders down, shoulder blades slide down your back as you extend out through the fingertips. Soften your gaze, soften through the neck, and ground down through the feet. Our next inhale, we move into peaceful warrior. So extending through that right side, hand can be on your back thigh or in your low back. Making space. On the exhale, we're moving into side angle. So your forearm can be on your shin or reach to a block or to your mat. Extending left arm overhead. If that doesn't work for your shoulders, keep that left hand on your left hip, rotating the left side body up to the sky. Taking one more breath here, really extending, creating length in the side body. Press into both feet and inhale, come all the way up. You might shorten your stance just a little bit for triangle pose. So again, we're pivoting the hips, lengthening through both side bodies and extending that right hand down to your shin, to your ankle, to a block, or even to the mat. Possibly extending left hand up to the sky, either looking to your front foot or looking up to that beautiful sky above. Try to keep that length in the right side body so that you're not collapsing. And then inhale, come all the way up. Turn to the long side of your mat. I'm going to turn around. And then we're going to do our forward fold once again. So you can intertwine your fingers again if you wish. You can reach arms wide. There are some kind of little bugs biting me here. Take an inhale. Lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, fold forward. Let the hands come down to your shins, to your ankles, or to your mat as you let the top of your head drop towards earth. And again, an opportunity to change up that perspective and see what it looks like upside down. Inhale, wherever you're at, lift halfway. Exhale, bow back down. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, whether your hands are on shins, ankles, or blocks, or your mat. Lift halfway. Exhale, bow 1 last time like that. Inhale. And exhale. This time bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, rise all the way up. Turn your toes to, your right toes to the top of your mat. Come into your warrior 2. And inhale, peaceful warrior. Keep that right side body nice and long. We're preparing for our half moon pose. As we exhale, bring that hand to a block, to the mat, or whatever prop that you've got, and shifting the weight forward as you float that left foot up this time. So again, left hand might come to your hip, might reach up to the sky, and we're rotating the belly button up to the sky with every exhale as well. I'm standing on a lot of rocks here. I'm keeping my gaze to the earth to help, ouch, help support my balance here. If you're feeling really stable, you can look up to the sky as well. Another breath here. Invite that feeling of suspension and lightness and ease in the effort. 1 more breath. And then we bend the standing leg, float that back foot gently back down, and step back into downward facing dog. You might take child's pose here. You might take a flow. And you choose your back bend, whether it be cobra or upward facing dog. And we're all going to meet back in downward facing dog. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, let's step our left foot forward. And float that right leg up. This time the toes are pointing straight down to the earth, like a warrior 3, but we're going to move into standing splits. So you might have your hands on blocks here. You might turn this into a balance pose and bring left hand to that left calf. Or you might walk your fingers back to point behind you, as I've done. Taking 1 more breath here. Then gently float that right foot back down. Step back. Downward facing dog. Let's move straight into the second side. Inhale, right leg up. Step it up between your hands. Float left foot up. So we're grounding down through that right foot. So it's like we're in warrior 3, but our hands are on blocks or on the earth. And then we're going to fold forward over that front thigh any amount. Maybe bringing the hand to balance. Maybe walking the hands so your fingers point behind you. And really lift up through that floating leg. 1 more breath. And then float it down. Step it back. Whoops. Downward facing dog. Last opportunity to flow here if you wish. Take child's pose if you wish. Or stay in downward dog for another breath or 2. Hopefully we've all met back in down dog. Take an inhale, and as we exhale, step, walk, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to bow. Inhale, circle wide, rise high, reach up to the sky, and draw into your heart center. Take a moment in mountain pose. Then we're going to move into tree pose. Starting on your left foot. This is really going to be a challenge for me on these rocks, but I'm going to give it a whirl. I know you can do better than whatever I'm going to do standing on these rocks. Externally rotate that right leg. You can keep your foot right on your ankle. I might actually do that today to give myself a little bit of support. You can move your foot to your calf, or you can bring that foot all the way up to the thigh. Wow. Then you can choose. Maybe you want to bring your arms really wide, like this expansive sky. Maybe you want to reach them up. Take one more breath. And then slowly make your way back into mountain pose. Let's set up for second side, and then we're going to wind things down here before it gets too dark. So standing on your right foot. I don't think I can do it on this one, on these rocks. Externally rotate the left leg. Foot can be at your ankle, foot can be at your shin, or it can be up at your thigh. Choose your hand variations, hands at heart center. Maybe you reach wide, or maybe up to the sky. One more breath. And then we slowly come back into our mountain pose. Let's make our way down to the mat, inhaling to reach up. Exhaling, we bow to the earth. Inhale halfway, and exhale, step it back, downward facing dog. Take an inhale here, and exhale, come down to a seat. And we're just going to come into a simple twist. I said we were going to stay at half an hour. I think I've already gone over. So let's just bring, I know you can't really see because I'm a silhouette now, but let's just bring, let's sit upright. So extend your right leg out in front of you. Left leg crosses over. You might draw it underneath you. We're just going into a really simple twist. Right arm around that left knee, and we're twisting to our left. Each exhale, the belly twists to the left. Be gentle with your neck so you're not cranking your neck. Take one more breath. And unwind to center. A little mini counter twist to the other side. And then let's uncross. Reach the legs up to the sky. Bring the legs wide. Bring them back together. And this time, left leg is straight, right leg is bent. Cross it over if you wish. Draw left leg under if you wish. And now we're twisting to the right. So right hand is behind you. Left hand wraps around that left leg, right leg. And we're twisting right. One more breath here. And we unwind back to center. Exhale to the other side. Come back to center. And you can lie down on your back. I'm going to stay seated and gaze out at this beautiful lake this evening. If you want to stay seated in meditation, that's fine as well. That's what I'm going to do. But as you lie down, make your way into Shavasana or your seat. And take a moment to connect with your breath. I'm going to move you through the elements as you connect with the earth beneath you, that solid plane that supports you. I'm sitting and feeling the breeze, the air element. Bring your awareness to your breath as you inhale and exhale, and that constant interchange with your internal environment and your external environment. And perhaps you can hear the gentle lapping of the water on the shore where I'm sitting. Perhaps the seagulls in the distance. That water element, our flow, as the fluids in our body ebb and flow. And the very last of the fire element of the sun out behind me, creating the silhouette. You can remain seated in meditation or remain in Shavasana for at least 5 minutes before moving out into the world. Namaste, and thank you for joining me for this very short, simple class lakeside here at Manitou Beach.